How's everybody doing? My name is Baller Scuba. We are back with another stream. It's been, once again, too long since I've had a stream. We are going to be doing a movie watch today. We are going to be watching Return of the Jedi. I do have a drink in front of me. People always want me to drink. I have a nice one today. Let's see if I can pull it up there. Bourbon Renewal. It's a kind of a crafted cocktail. Who actually makes it? Ninkasi Brewing is the one that actually releases it. But as you can see, it's actually from a mixologist by the name of Jeffrey Morgenthaler. And I actually know the guy, so figured I would support him, have a drink. It's bourbon and mostly lemon and clove. So it kind of comes across as a spiced lemonade. So that's my drink for today. It's a sipper, so that will last me for the whole thing. Like I said, we have movie time going for us today. If you haven't done this before, I'm going to have a timer at the bottom that will keep track of where we are in the film. And I will be trying... I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my cat is not happy about what is going on here. So hold on, let me deal with that. Was ready to get started, but no. All right, that should be dealt with her, with the dog and the cat together. They usually get along, so it'll be fine. All right, so we're going to just go into it. We're not going to mess around too much today. We're just going to get into the game. Or not the game, into the film. I am going to be watching Return of the Jedi Despecialized edition. It is the closest to the original version. We're trying to stick with the original as closely as we can. So we're going to do the Despecialized edition. I'm going to take my first sip. It is the worst of the bunch, but it's a drinker. It's a good one. Oh, that's a good drink. It mellows out the more you drink it. So that first sip is a little harsh, but it's good. All right, so you guys ready to watch Return of the Jedi? Let's get straight into it. And I'm going to start the film in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Lucasfilm limited production. Because of course it is. Financed it as much as he could himself. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. I do love being in an audience when that music kicks in. All right, now as usual, I'm going to go ahead and read this. Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. Not Revenge, Return. Luke Skywalker has returned to his home planet of Tatooine in an attempt to rescue his friend Han Solo from the clutches of the vile gangster Jabba the Hutt. Little does Luke know that the Galactic Empire has secretly begun construction on a new armored space station, even more powerful than the first dreaded Death Star. When completed, this ultimate weapon will spell certain doom for the small band of rebels struggling to restore freedom to the galaxy. Oh no! God, it's good. So yeah, this film, the third of the trilogy. There's mixed opinions on it. We'll talk about that as we keep going, but I'm going to keep going as if I have, not seen the film. Of course I have, but I don't want to spoil anything. We're watching the film. I don't want to tell you how it ends. There's the space station, though. The decaying or under construction Death Star. It always looked decaying to me, but it's under construction. And there it's obvious we're watching the Despecialized edition. They don't use English in space. I don't know what language they use. I can't read it. I'm sure there are lots of people that can, though. I feel like Vader got a downgrade in his spaceship compared to what it was before. Like the TIE fighter was so much better. Choke. Yes, it's a big deal. And now you begin the long walk back to think about what Vader said. Meanwhile, in the desert, the droids walk alone. What is going on out there? Animals are acting up today. They're just like those droids. So yeah, they're going to go see Jabba the Hutt. Try to figure out how to get Han Solo back. Do you see any other big scary doors? Good thing he speaks all these different languages. I can't follow this conversation at all. It doesn't seem very practical to have a door that big and then like so many spots where you can like get the wheels stuck. There's a giant spider behind you. I don't know if you guys saw it. Is that an orc? The axe is not helping you like dissuade the orc rumor that I'm starting. Snake Man. He's not going to barter? Everything about you is pointy. You ever choke yourself with your own head? Thank you, Orc. A lot of these Muppets, well, not Muppets, I shouldn't call them Muppets, but a lot of these practical creatures were designed by, the same people that worked on the Muppets. And Yoda himself was actually done by Frank Oz, who we talked about a bit when we talked about Jim Henson and the Dark Crystal. I got nothing. I recognize you from somewhere. I knew you. I wasn't following. No, they're not Jedi. More than the hookah? You could use more decoration if that's your favorite. Well, yeah, do you know how hard it is to unfreeze somebody from carbonite? He didn't seem very sincere in the message. Just throwing that out there. Oh no, a hand! Tentacle's fine, though. So once again, we have, like, sentient robots, because they're torturing a robot there. I am the protocol droid. There's fates worse than that. Why would they give... Why would they give droids, like, feelings, like nerves and things, so that, like, pulling an arm off would make it hurt? Once again, they're, like, torturing them. Alright, this is Jabba's jam. I like your outfit. You could say it defines your entire character. Your other Cantina song was catchier, I do have to say. So, like, Jabba clearly has to, like, procreate in some way. He has to be a sexual being of some sort. Is it, like, out for display? He's clearly a very horny guy, just constantly. But he dropped her and nobody knows where? They all want to watch, though. We don't get to see, though. That'd be too expensive. Is that a Wilhelm already? It's a little early for that, isn't it, George? You're very short. Not Chewbacca. Wait, was he smoking out of the thing that the, like, frogs are in now? He was. Kill the messenger. Oh, it's on a dead man switch? I mean, that's one way to negotiate. Under the peril of death. How you doing, Salacious Crumb? It's the only name I know, like, that's kind of random. There's so many names here that people know that, like, are never mentioned in the film. So to everyone else, they're just, oh, that thing. But then there's so much outside, hey, I recognize you. That, so much outside merchandise and media that the names kind of made the rounds in other ways. Like, well, Boba Fett gets named, but really he's super popular because his character's design. Tatooine, the Two Sun place. We sure they're not Muppets? Looks like the Land of Gorch sketches to me. You're very short for a bounty hunter of whatever you are. Aren't you going to have, like, security guards around it like it's the Mona Lisa or something? It is your favorite possession, or at least your favorite decoration, like you said. So is the computer inside the carbonite, or does carbonite act as a computer? Remember, to get into carbonite takes an elaborate machine. To get out of carbonite, it's all pre-programmed into the thing. But there is Han Solo. He made it. Somebody negotiated his contract. It was Princess Leia. What? He still hasn't said it back. He refuses. No. This is not necessarily unrequited love, but it's not said. Were you guys just hanging out there the whole time? Why'd you let her unfreeze him? Going to the bantha. Is he horny again? Who's your powerful friend? Like, aren't you in charge? Hey, why would you put them in the same cell? You have to keep them separated. How would you know? I feel like this movie has a slow start. Like, don't get me wrong, things have happened, but it's at a very slow pace. Orc, who is that? What, you couldn't have gone like, I am not the Jedi Knight you're looking for? You had to choke him like you're your dad? Which technically we haven't had confirmation of. Like, Darth Vader could just be spouting shit, not actually real. And there's like every nerd's fantasy from like the early 80s and mid 80s. And it never really did anything for me. It's not like it's bad or anything. It's just not like this iconic scene for me. So is everybody just kind of hungover right now, or do you think they're still high? You have to assume drugs, right? You have to. So does that not work on Jabba? Jedi mind trick, what do you think that means? I would not enjoy watching him die. But I hope it's super climactic how he goes. Just in a blaze of glory and not just slumping over. Did she finally recognize Lando? Oh no, an orc came down with them. Oh no. It's a Rancor! Hey, good game in 1983. How you doing, Pasavi? We're still in 1983. We're watching Return of the Jedi. We made it to the Rancor scene. Timestamp down here. I think down there. There's a lot of delay. I can't really see what's on my screen. Orc meat. It's on the menu. So just like video games, often the boss will just leave stuff around for you to kill him with. You didn't see that coming, Luke? He's only got 2 hands. You couldn't keep track of both of them? No. My teeth. There's a way out. You just have to go under the crotch. It's the safest spot. No, my thumb. If only he had, used the Force for that. Anyhow. Been using it the whole time to get there. Then he just kind of forgot about it. And Luke is able to win. Like, no force required, so this didn't have anything to do with him being a Jedi at all. Like, Han Solo could have done that. Maybe Princess Leia, but, without the anything. It's a human. He misses the Rancor already. Is that a camel creature? He was my best friend. I also had $50 that you would win. Wait, does that mean Han never gets to see her in the bikini? Let me think about that. I don't think I've ever thought about that before. Well, I mean, I would die, sooner than 1,000 years. I'd die of starvation or something. Jabba the Hutt is apparently softer than I thought. Why did that remind me of Tron? Nice to see that he brought the band along. Can't have any sort of pleasure cruise without the band. How are you going to go on a cruise without the entertainment? I just want to stare at him. No, light perceptive is better than not light perceptive. I worked in optometry. It's no light perception, and then you go up from there. So the fact that he can see light is a step in the right direction. Can you at least wipe your nose? Oh, he's serving drinks. Nothing as good as this one, though. And we made it to the Sarlacc pit. Walk the plank. So does Sarlacc eat like just a ton of sand? No, so yeah, no, not gonna happen. They cut out the curse. They cut away from the curse. It just makes me wonder what he actually said or wanted to say, and then they had to redub it. Oh, I'm watching. I've seen the clip. I am ready for like the worst kick in like mainstream movie history. Has nobody caught on that that's Lando yet? How do you guys not recognize Lando? I'm sure he's in on this kind of stuff. Somebody recognizes him. Nobody anticipated the fake drop into the front flip. Into the lightsaber duel. Nobody else do anything, just kind of hang out. There's the Wilhelm scream. And here comes Boba Fett. Coolest character in the series. Didn't account for a lightsaber, though. That's still not accounting for the lightsaber. Did you learn nothing from that animated feature we saw? Or did we just ignore the holiday special existed? And he screams. Was that the kick? Did I miss the kick? And down goes Boba Fett, never to be seen again. See, there was even a burp. Never to be seen again. I'll never understand the, like, I'm being choked, let me stick my tongue out. Another Wilhelm scream. I'm not a fan of Wilhelm screams. That's one hell of a tongue. Maybe that's what she was supposed to appreciate about him. But now she never will. Down goes Jabba the Hutt. Once again, Luke, you have the Force. You could use the Force. You don't only have to do it when friggin' Ben Kenobi tells you to. No, lightsaber versus orc. Lightsaber wins. We learned that from Ultima. Apparently Han Solo can see now. Let me lower this a bit. There we go. Once again, you have a lightsaber. You could just smash whatever. No, my good hand. No, wait, that was his bad hand, I think. Is his hand better already? Must be. Why would you even allow the gun to point at the deck like that? Droids are very important. They have feelings and can be tortured. And away they go. So we got our first big action scene. You know, it started off a little slow until Luke showed up. Then it started picking up. I'm a little upset that I didn't get to see, like, the failed kick. There's that gif on the internet. You can watch it. It's just... he misses it by a good, like, 6 inches. At some point, you guys have to be even, right? It was his bad hand. Okay. So that's why it healed so quick. How old is he? Yeah. So yeah, the TIE Fighters are just cooler than whatever Darth Vader showed up with in the first place. I think it was an A frame. Yeah, that thing. TIE Fighters are cooler. I don't want to say what those guys remind me of because it's a video game that we haven't played yet. But let's just say I can testament that I remember them from something. Isn't that right, Kevin? This stuff is strong. You look better than the hologram makes you look from the last film. That is a lot of lip acting he's doing. I can't. Wait, turn him to the dark side. That would make 3 bad guys. We can't handle 3 bad guys. We only have like 4 good guys. Have you guys not played RPGs before? It's like 5 to 6 versus 1. That's the rules. The more that I look at this, especially with the gift of hindsight, the more it looks like Jim Henson stuff to me. And of course, this is played by Frank Oz. How you doing, Yoda? That's not what he said. Why? Oh. How old are you? I mean, I'll be a very polished skeleton by then, Yoda. But I got my answer, 900. So if you're strong enough, can you beat death? Now that you're here, I'm going to die in front of you. No. No. You haven't studied the texts. Your final exam. Vader? Can I just write an essay? Does everybody have to defeat Vader in order to become a Jedi? Did you have to do it? Can we get confirmation for this? You're dodging the question, Yoda. Don't make me smack you. Why didn't anybody tell me? Ben, you freaking lied to me. Do I look like him? I have to kill my father. Okay, now, how do we get that to flow? There's no turning back from the dark side? What? I'm here. What? The Emperor? Is he suffering, my father? What? Clearly. Pass on to who? What? Another what? Another Sky? Another Skywalker! Is it Han Solo? Is it C-3PO? And so, Yoda dies before he can get out all the information he needs to. And Luke is given a quest. He has to fulfill half the Oedipal complex. Kill his father, but no news on having sex with his mother. That probably won't happen. And like all good Jedi, Yoda just kind of fades away. Although this time the robes go with him. That did not happen with Obi-Wan. What, the lights go out? Are they on a timer or something? Well, you forget to use the Force. If you use the Force, it'll win. Obi-Wan, I have some questions for you. You freaking liar. Yeah, he should be upset. There you go. Right. Bullshit. Yes, I lied. Sorry. Okay. Also true. You trying to guilt trip me? Who? Just not very well. So it's genetic. What? How did you come to that? I kissed her once, you know that? So instead of having sex with my mother, could I have sex with my sister? Because, like, there was already an attraction going on. Hey! Fishman. Who the hell are you? Okay. Are they? Leia did not believe it. Relatively? Who? Endor, huh? Kind of more of an octopus than a fish. And that'll be our final chase scene. Yeah, good luck with that, dude. Seriously. Who? A general? What? Who? Oh! The hologram dude. Let's not make out right now, though. So yeah, who are all these like powerful people if Han Solo, Lando, they're like generals and like all the people that we know are the powerful people. Yeah. No scratches. No dents either. Smuggler. He's a smuggler. Also a nerf herder. Some nice artwork in the back. It's very clearly artwork. It's the same artwork. So she only have one long fingernail? Is that a coke nail? I think it is. The 80s. And once again, we got the A wing, I think they call it, or A frame. There's so many versions of that in so many video games that I played that I get them all mixed up. It still looks like it's decaying, not being constructed to me. TIE fighters are still the coolest. So yeah, Vader's bowing to the Emperor. How strong is the Emperor? Or is it just like a political thing? Good thing he didn't have to get elected. I'm not sure you could be elected looking like that. Walking around with a black hood. Just a whole bunch of like tumor looking things on his head. Like, it just looks evil. Not that that normally makes people look evil, but the combination that they have on him just does not look good. There you go. Yeah, we paid good money for it. We wouldn't be scammed. Dun, dun, dun. If Luke can feel Vader, can Vader feel Luke? Yep, he sure can. That doesn't sound good for anybody. Yeah, if you're rotating codes, I'm not accepting an old code. I've allowed to tell you, like, hey, we got it updated. You're like 2 behind. So that's your problem. They're going to be looking for army guys. They're not going to be looking for the Sasquatch in the woods. You guys should probably try to be quiet. Yeah. You should have said quiet to Chewie. He was the loudest of the bunch. There's only 2 of them. Just freaking shoot them or something. It's not like those things are super loud. I don't know about you, but when I turn around, I always go hand first. And off they go. That thing is strong. Also, pushing people against a tree is strong. Oh, there were more. Some of those lines from Luke are just so bad. So apparently the way they filmed this was somebody walking through the forest with a camera, and he just kind of walked slowly, and then they sped it up. Like he walked slowly and took like pictures every once in a while, and then they pushed it all together. And I've played a game or two where like things were going this quick. I'm not good at reaction time. I'm not sure that how they are doing this. Oh, he's dead. That guy is just straight dead. This has got to be like Big Sur. Like Northern California. No, there's 2 more. like kind of Central Coast, Northern California kind of thing. I feel like these would not be the best transport vehicles in this forest. He clipped through one of those trees. I saw it. Looks like they have like bug heads. Never turn around. Like, you almost died and have to recover from that because you just wanted to take a quick look. Do you see how fast you're going? I would never be looking to the side. Going way too fast. No, the back of the thing was hit. I better just jump off myself. Like I said, don't look behind you, ever. Leia somehow won that by getting shot off. You know what you could do, Luke? You could use the Force and push him. Just a little tidbit for you there. Or you could just use your shoulder, you know, either way. We all know that stormtroopers can be, like, have the mind trick work on them, but no, let's ignore that as well. Lightsaber is also a good option, I guess. No, my stability, I've lost roll control. Did we do it? I mean, how fast they were going, they're miles away by now. There is a part of me that wonders if Leia came back, would Han Solo be asking about Luke at all? Or he'd just be like, nah, he's fine. It is pretty. I still think it's Western United States. That's what it looks like to me. I know we have a baby Wookiee. Wookiee with dwarfism? So originally these were supposed to be Wookiees. That's why I'm making the joke. But they decided, well, George Lucas decided they didn't have the budget for that. So they rewrote the characters. And now we get these guys. They're called Ewoks. I would have rather had the Wookiees. What? I've done nothing. And I'm all out of ideas. No. Growled at her like a dog. What, he's gonna instantly identify it as food? I have no idea what you pulled out. If that's like a rice cracker, like, screw you. I'm not gonna side with you for a rice cracker. Give me something with flavor. Those are very big fingers. You removed your head. He also has, like, you know, stuff on his head. He should be aware of these things. It smells bad in there. No, not that. Just checking the time. For the record, we're a little under halfway through the film. Which means that like half the film is going to take place on Endor. We're going to be here a while. I don't see anything. Oh no! You're going to lose the element of surprise if you keep on growling like that. No, the old branch to the shoulder trick. That's a much better trick. That guy looks like he died. The guy that you hit, like, probably just went, ow! Oh shit, I forgot I had these. I've been meaning to put them up on my bookshelf so you guys get a sneak peek of them. I got them. I got 3 of them. I got a Vader, I got a Chewbacca, and I got this. They're nice. I was planning on putting them strategically on the bookshelf behind me for the intro videos and slightly moving them as we continued on. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. I end up recording early in the morning. I'm not always in the most alert of moods, but that was the plan. Got them as a Christmas present, so figured I would put them to good use. You have a terrible throne. Yeah, I'm aware. Why not? Or maybe you just suck. My master plan is working. I will just stare at space for a while now. I recognize this helmet. Smells just like her. Wow, it decomposed quickly. The hell was that run? Oh, it's food. Feel something in there. What was Chewie trying to do there? Lightsaber. Yeah. Or you could use the Force and just, like... It's better than hanging out up there. Only 2 of them fell. I see a... I was about to say I see a statue of an Ewok back there, but I guess it was all of them. Is this supposed to be a play on the pygmy tribe? I'm not sure how to feel about this right now. Oh, they'll take that nicely. We can trust these unknown people that we can't communicate with. Can C-3PO talk to him? Is this one of the 6 million languages? What? No, I don't have a tattoo. What do you know? He can't speak their language. Clearly. I mean, you are a gold medal talking thing. You don't have to impersonate, just go, hey, can you let us go? And they'll probably just say, yeah, it's fine. Once again, Han Solo's not being very smart here. One of the things that's kind of always weird to me about Star Wars is like the need for these wipes. And they do it in different directions every time. I don't get it. Also, this looks very similar to what we saw in the Star Wars holiday special at Kashyyyk. I know it's not technically canon, but you can't tell me that it didn't have an influence on what ended up happening later in the series. God, that was terrible. That was honestly one of the worst hours of television that I've seen. Not the worst. One of the worst, though. It's up there. They took his lightsaber? Yeah, I'm still not sure if this is offensive or not. I mean, we got the short, like, indigenous tribe that's doing cannibalism. I don't know how to feel about this. Wait, why is it okay when Leia says it? That doesn't make any sense. And once again, when Luke says it, he does it. It's just Han Solo he doesn't listen to. If only Luke had done that, I don't know, at any point during this movie. I mean, technically that did the job. It cut the rope, but it just was like a clunk. It's not like it just smacked him in the head. Oh no, the taser is loose. Oh, kissing. So is that like a younger Ewok? Or is he just more Ewok than the other Ewoks? Come on, C-3PO, you're smarter than that. I do like the sound effects. And lied. Lied. He lied. It feels like at this point they're just trying to... No, see, those are baby Ewoks. They're just trying to already do nostalgia about the first film. That is weird in the third film. It's not that much later. 6 years, granted, but it's not that much later. They're all debating whether this is real or not. I think they're deciding on bullshit. They have better rhythm than Jabba the Hutt's place. I don't have to do some like drug ritual or anything like that. It always just comes back to drugs. But that was the reason that Jabba the Hutt's place was less rhythmic. See, it came across as funny in 1983. Now he's just a dick. Nope. 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 Yes. Yes. That would make more sense. Our kiss. I feel like the slow bits in the Star Wars franchise are like the weaker parts. The action is what people remember, not scenes like this. His look. A lot of this hurts me. It's like right here, it hurts. Yes. 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 Your mom did not have it. Oh, this hurts. You have a power I don't understand. Like 15 seconds later into I've always known. Oh, it hurts. Can you feel good in people, Luke? Can you now? Tell me this isn't Kashyyyk. You know what I mean? It still looks like it to me. What was that about? I will tell you some other time. Like, if you like him, you should talk to him about this. Yeah, seriously. Lack of communication is the key to a good relationship. I'm with him. Like, you don't want to talk to me. Like, how many tries do I have in me before I'm just like, all right, you get to deal with this by yourself now? He is very confused by all this. Slow wipe. There was like a black bar in the middle of that one. Do you think that might be where the shield generator is? The giant satellite dish? There's the AT-ATs. It's funny, my mom actually pointed out to me when we were watching one of the Star Wars films, she was like, I don't understand why people think those are so scary, those AT-ATs. Every time they show up, they just get destroyed. I couldn't say she was wrong. For all the ones that she had seen, that was always the case. What is that? I've never seen anything like it. Looks like a flash tube. Flash tube from an old-timey camera. It is. Oh. I doubt it. It's been a while since I've had a green one. You read that from the text too? You study for your exams, son? Mm. Mm-hmm. They don't. Master. Wait, that's too late. Search your feelings. What does that mean for you? So much for that. Given up all hope now. So which one of those buttons calls your mom to pick you up? Sorry, should I not bring up your mom, Darth Vader? Notice how Luke has not asked a single question about what happened to his mom, other than he just assumed that she died. And Leia kind of confirmed that, but like he didn't ask that of Yoda or Obi-Wan, just like, tell me about my father. Naboo? That's a weird word. Sure, it'll never come up again. Luckily, he knows all about it now. Meanwhile, in space. The Millennium Falcon is so small compared to everything else. But it's so fast. You know what the guy looks like? That guy that was on the left? There's an episode of The Twilight Zone where like everybody has to wear a mask, and then at the end, it's like it sticks to their face. Or the one where like it turns out that the woman was so pretty and everyone else was ugly. Looks like a combination of those two to me. Twilight Zone inspired alien right there. Into the snow zone. I mean hyperspace. Meanwhile, back on Endor. Can we just hang out in space for a while? I like it better. I'm already sick of this stupid forest moon. Han Solo is a fan of the back door. I mean, I know it was C-3PO, but like he tilted his head and like it made the C-3PO sounds. You're not very good at that. Does he actually talk from his mouth? Don't you guys have, pistols or something, some sort of lasers to shoot him with? I didn't think of that. It's right into the vine, and going 60 miles an hour into a static vine, it's fine. He can hold on just fine. He did the same trick that I used to do when I was like 7 years old on my sister, and it worked. Intergalactic Federation destroyed by tapping somebody on the wrong shoulder. Ah, we're full on red now. It looks like there's two people under the stairs, like holding up the platform. I do love this music, but they're using it so much. And I just get lost in it. John Williams is carrying this franchise. Ah, yes. Young Skywalker. What about Dad here? What? Like how fast to talk? So that's where the bulb would go. It's a flash tube. On the outside of the ship. Oh no, faith in friends is your weakness. Ah. Is that a massage chair? Why? Why? Why would you like? Why would you give away secret information like that? Why wouldn't you give them fake information and have them go there? The Emperor is not as smart as people think he is. He's all lip acting. Young Skywalker. I can't do it. The most devastating thing in Star Wars is something being thrown. And the lack of safety regulations on board every ship. And apparently shield generators. Yes, in position now. All I'm saying is that if I was Emperor, like, my throne is a recliner with like a massage and like a heat, especially like on the top here. So I tend to lean forward and that's bad. So like, let's get a massage and heat up here. That's the good stuff right there. So you guys all believe in the Force now? They know we're coming. It's a trap! I was waiting for him to say that one too. It's all he's good for, Admiral Akbar. Let you know if things are traps. Everybody else had hard plastic. He had like saran wrap over his eyes. Oh no, there's a fight out there. Oh. Oh, did you want that? No. The Emperor is one of the strangest characters I can think of. That is so impractical in this kind of terrain. Like, he takes one wrong step, lands on a hill, just the whole thing topples back. Bite my golden, glorious ass. I didn't expect this. Quick, go, my minions. Is that the Horn of Gondor? It's a little too high-pitched. There's a lot of Ewoks. The Emperor did not count for the Ewoks. So these were the elite troops that the Emperor was talking about, right? Notice the lack of anybody shooting anything so far. Because I guarantee you pull up on, I don't know, like the president like that, Secret Service is on you, like immediately. Like any sign of trouble, just boom, just shooting immediately. These are the Galactic Empire's like shock troopers, and they didn't think to shoot anybody. How much do the Ewoks weigh? It can't be more than like 50 pounds. They're all fluff. And now they have like gliders. See, that's what should happen. I mean, we got that, like, Stormtrooper just chucked the Ewok. He went flying. That should be happening all the time. And once again, what do these guys actually weigh? There's a part of me that wonders if these stormtroopers can, like, punt them. Just walk up and kick them, see how far they fly. They're the best troops in the galaxy. Oh, no! R2's just a fix-all at this point. And they have catapults? How'd they have time to set that up? And it was useless. Look how many rocks they had there, too. They thought they were going to be there launching like 30 rocks at this thing. I feel bad that they destroyed actual trees for that. That was not necessary. Enunciates. I'm not sure I got all of that. I plan to turn this man. What? It's already done. Whose will? That guy was a gearhead. Who wants the job standing that close to the laser? What? Such a floppy hand. Oh, jeez. Square in the head. Finally, somebody is accurate with these things. You know what would probably help if you guys had some sort of sight on the thing and you shot it from here instead of from like at the hip or like out here or something? You notice that Han Solo's actually has a sight on it and he's still just like pointing it out like that. He's not like, you know, looking through it. It's not too often you see pistols with sight on like that, but when you do, like, people do use it. No! Not the Ewoks! Are you guys gonna make it? What? No! Ewok number 46. He's down. The first casualty. That was instantaneous. So, like, the point of the rebels is to try to, like, attack the Star Destroyers. How many of the TIE fighters are shooting at the X-Wings and hitting the Star Destroyers? I want to be on your team then. The hell is that? I know he's trying to make him angry, but still. Like, ultimately... I can't say complete as hard as he says it. But ultimately, Luke is supposed to side with the Emperor. He was like 6 inches away from it. Why do you need the Force for that? There's one over there, too. You can see it jittering in the wilderness. What was that? God, you guys really can't see in there, can you? Those are some big helmets. Yeah, there's like no sight anywhere. You have like the 2 windows, and that's about it. Those little computers in the middle, they're not on. But like, you're not really getting a sight of what you're shooting at. So how do you know how to target these things at all? Maybe that's why they can't shoot anything. What hit them? Oh, it was that one behind it? Fair enough. How can you lasso something going 60 miles an hour? How does nobody see that? Finally, the rocks are useful. I still want to know how you got so many of them up there, though. Honestly, you guys should have done that a long time ago. That's a smart idea. I like that one. I don't know how you timed that right, but you did. Like I said, though, that's why this is not good terrain for this thing. Just a little bit of hiccup on the ground, and next thing you know, the thing's toppled over and apparently explodes. No! The thing next to my shoulder. What? He set it back. Yeah, I was about to say, you know there are 2 of them, right? You're gonna have to shoot twice. Blast open the doors. We all had the same idea. Never mind, I give up. He didn't teach me a lot. It was mostly Yoda. They weren't really that low. Like, how strong of a, Jedi are you if you can't, like, take me on? I've been training for, like, 2 years. You've been training for, like, 30. You can't beat me? That's a hell of a backflip. Uh-oh. So what are those round things? Is that like a workstation? He absolutely does. Why did he just dodge it? Why didn't he catch it? The handle was right there. He calls him Han, not Han, like everybody else does. You guys have gigantic spaceships, can't master static like across a few hundred yards. Haha, we got you now. Where are you? Come out wherever you are. It's not like I can hear your lightsaber or see the bright yellow, the bright green coming off stuff. Also, why doesn't anybody just turn on the lights here? Uh-oh. Yeah, how did you not know that? Do you know who it is, though? Oh, that's a step too far. Not the person I met a couple years ago. That's not a very effective strategy, Luke. That's a little better. I have won. Oh, that's the end of that. How much longer? So the idea was to replace him. So then, like, Darth Vader was in on this like replacement scheme the whole time. I've been kind of leaning towards that this whole time too. So we both don't have a right hand. That was a good line delivery, Luke. Nicely done, Mark. Moving on. I don't think you guys went far enough away for an explosion that size. All right, let's go for it, guys. What was that? You'd think there'd be a little bit more flair to launching like lightning at somebody. If you guys want to learn how to launch lightning, it goes a little bit like this. That's how you do it. Very true, actually. That's an emotional Darth Vader. You can tell from the nothing. Have you been holding back this whole time? Why? Why not just like, all right, I've decided to kill you. Dead. Dead. And down goes the Emperor. Darth Vader made a turn and the Emperor exploded. I'm not entirely sure why, but I don't really know what's in there. It's supposed to be a reactor, I think, so I guess it would make sense for him to explode. But it looks like Darth Vader is struggling. Back in space. At least we're not on Endor anymore. Once again, I hope you guys have some sort of computer assistance on getting through these, because that is a very tight tunnel to be flying through. As you can see from the TIE fighters not being able to do it. No, not... What's his name? Yeah, do the TIE fighters know which way they're going? Oh, they're going to the core. Hey, that's a scratch right there. You guys lost, like, I think that was a satellite dish. Like, he just got free HBO on that. You guys really need to set up your starship so that one small little explosion doesn't destroy the entirety of the ship. Like, section things off. Also, maybe make your things a little less pointy. No, the cleaner robots. So, like, nobody cares about Vader or Luke. I am your father. Well, he's gonna die anyway. Oh, so there's a computer up there. Yeah, and luckily Luke knows how to do all this. Damn, what happened to you? Get in a fight? You know, we don't really look all that much alike at all. How? Yeah, that's pretty much dead. So Luke just gets to watch people die. Seems to be his main role in this film. But down goes Vader. He got redeemed in the end. You know, that's something. Didn't get to live, but still, that's something. Once again, like one small thing just is completely devastating to the entire ship. You guys need like not only like bulkheads to hold stuff back, you need redundancies, you need to not make your things out of dynamite. Where'd that come from? It just kind of popped up out of the ground there. Did I miss it? So Luke destroys the first Death Star. Who destroys this one? Are we going to give the credit to Lando? Because I don't think he fired most of those shots. It was several different shots. Yeah. Who's this voice actor? Apparently the Ewoks are very happy about this. They knew what was going on. That's not even close to where the wound was. It was up here. Not down here in the middle of the forearm. Well, the bicep. Yeah, I'm sure. Everybody has so much makeup on. Yeah, you know you need to clarify. You knew it. You intentionally did not say. What? I saw you guys kiss. No, like I just saw. Oh no, like I can't. Yeah, I'm not really into this right now because I saw you two kiss. You kissed your brother, so I'm not sure I'm into this. Okay, never mind. I do like having an audience, so. God. It's hard not to see them as teddy bears from time to time. They look like a teddy bear to me. All right, so I didn't know this until like I heard about the novelization, but this is only Darth Vader's suit. The body is not in there anymore. It is just the suit that is being burned here. Because Jedis, of course, kind of fade away into nothingness. And he's the only one Nobody else joined him for this very sentimental moment. Not, his sister, who, let's keep in mind, that's also her dad. Like, that's probably not emotional for her at all. Absolutely not. Instead, we have fireworks. Hooray. Do you guys always equip your fighters with fireworks? And now everybody can dance. I made it. And I knew exactly where you guys were hanging out. I guess I'm happy to see you too. You guys ever thought about kids? And there's Obi-Wan, Yoda, and Anakin. No longer Darth Vader, it's Anakin. And nobody else can see them. She should be able to see them, right? She should, but she doesn't. And he just leaves them. He has no questions for them anymore. I have so many questions for them, but apparently Luke's done. He's learned everything he's ever going to need to learn. Everybody get together for the group photo, and then we go on to credits. Here, let me turn this down so I can talk a bit. So, that's Return of the Jedi. Is it a good film? That's always where I start. Did I enjoy it? I did. I know it doesn't always sound like that the way that I talk about it, but I enjoyed the film. It's a good film. With that said, it is, in my opinion, the weakest of the three. And a lot of it has to do with the writing. I don't think Lawrence Kasdan did a good job with this. Keep in mind, he did do The Empire Strikes Back, but he did not do Star Wars. And although George Lucas gives himself credit for a lot of the writing, he doesn't do a lot of the writing. He always has somebody else do the majority of it. He's just kind of an ideas and overall script guy, and then, the meat and bones of it, they're written by somebody else, and that's Lawrence Kasdan this time. I think the dialogue is weak. A lot of it is. The Emperor is over the top. The lines from Luke don't always land quite right. But I think that overall it's a good film, and a lot of the action is what carries it, and the weaker moments are what holds it back. The slower moments, they're not written well because the dialogue's not written well. And of the three films, this is my least favorite. I think that a lot of it has to do with the over-the-top nature of the humor this time in a way that didn't exist in the previous ones. There's a lot of cutaway gags, like the one Ewok that hits himself in the face with the rock as he's trying to launch it, or the big scene with a giant frog eating and then burping. I don't remember what he ate. But that kind of thing happens a lot, and it has nothing to do with the plot. And I think one of the beauties of the first story of the Star Wars, the first film, is that a lot of the humor is derived from the droids and kind of the situations that they're in, and C-3PO kind of panicking about it. That's toned down so much in this film, and instead we get the Ewoks that are providing a lot of the humor. And I don't really like the Ewoks, and we spend so much time there. It's not quite half the film, but it's close. It's between a third and half the film is spent on Endor, and a lot of that time is spent with these Ewoks, and it turns out that the Ewoks saved civilization, right? They saved the galaxy, and that's not necessarily where I want it to go. So, it's hard for me as a fan to not always see the things that I would like to have really done better. in this film. And I'm that way all the time. I talk about video games that I like, and I have the same mentality of I'm harsher on the things that I want to be better. If it's just a bad film, then I'm just like, yeah, it's terrible. This is a good film. There's just a lot that could have been improved. One of the big things for me is how the story and the small details are often forgotten. And once again, that has a lot to do with George Lucas. He doesn't necessarily care about the details. He's more of a person that is trying to get the big picture, trying to get the big moments across. And he's not necessarily trying to get a lot of the details right and consistent throughout. I am glad that they brought up that, Obi-Wan basically lied to Luke, but it's almost instantly forgiven as soon as he's like, well, it's true in a sense. And he's like, true in a sense. And then they just move on. But a lot of that has to do with, I think, the scriptwriters kind of being unable to keep track of a lot of the details. And as time goes on, that's going to continue to be a problem for Star Wars. We won't see it for a long time, of course, but a lot of what was brought up in this film is just going to be ignored. In terms of some of the behind-the-scenes stuff, like I said, the Wookiees turned into Ewoks due to budget concerns, and I get it, but at the same time, I would have loved to see an army of Wookiees, and the Wookiees would have made so much more sense than the Ewoks. Because as it is right now, in the main 3 films, we've only really seen Chewbacca as like the only Wookiee. It would have been nice to see other Wookiees to help him out and give him a little bit more, I don't know, like background and stuff like that. And we're already at the end of credits. We still got like a minute and a half to go. Harrison Ford almost didn't make this film. He wanted Han Solo to die. I believe during the storming of the shield generator, he wanted his character to die, and that didn't happen. Oh, we're going through the Despecialized edition credits. Yeah, special thanks to these guys. Otherwise, it is almost impossible to find the original version of the film. So these guys did a lot of work to try to preserve what the original was. There is a remake that we will talk about at some other point, and it's just not as good. They changed so much that it's just not as good. So Han Solo wanted to die kind of during the storming of the shield generator. George Lucas flat out said, no, I cannot sell dead Han Solo action figures, which honestly it's a little understandable, but at the same time, Darth Vader died and you're still selling Darth Vader figures, right? Han Solo was a good character that would have, I think, have been better if he had passed there. And it also makes for a better film, because this was a 2-hour film and it felt like 2.5, because there were such slow, drawn out moments that I don't think really existed in the first film. It existed a little bit in the second, but this one, there were so many moments where it's just like, can we move on to something important? And that never really happened. But like I said, overall, it's still good. It's not bad by any means. But that is the end of this, and I think I've gotten everything that I need to say in terms of the bad things. But the good things, the action is good. The overall story is good. The details are bad. But the overall idea is good. It's just there's not a lot. There's basically 2 main things going on. There's freeing Han from Jabba the Hutt, and then there's taking out the new Death Star. And there's not a lot in between. And that second one takes an hour. And the original Star Wars, there was a lot of other things in the middle. The Empire Strikes Back, there were a lot of things in the middle. This one doesn't have anything in the middle. That's why it feels drawn out. They needed more scenes, and they needed more overall things to do. They needed more barriers. We needed to find out how they got that, the idea that the shield generator was on Endor and things like that. We just heard people died and people were sad about it. And then we moved on. And that happens a lot. There's clearly more going on in this universe than they are willing to tell us in these films. And that's where other things pick up. And we will see more of those as we continue going through video games over time. With that said, we will continue with video games over time. Thank you for anybody that did watch this. It does look like maybe one person came out to actually watch these live. These are, typically the hardest thing for me to get people to watch live. If you are curious and are watching this relatively live, we will be coming back to video games pretty soon. We got some big video games, some of the most highly requested video games coming up soon. But we'll try to tackle that next week. That is my plan. I don't know if that's going to necessarily happen, but next week, hopefully we'll be back in with video games. Thank you for coming out. If you're watching this on YouTube, I got a couple more movie commentaries if you want to stick around for them. If you have suggestions for more movie commentaries, feel free to let me know. Of course, we will be sticking with things that were in the year that we're in right now, which is 1983. I think this is the only one this year that we were going to do. I thought about doing Krull, but I think I've decided against that. It's not a very good film. At least I don't like it very much, so we'll probably avoid it. Thank you to Ninkasi Brewing and Jeffrey Morgenthaler. Damn good cocktail. Just wish I had a little bit more of it. Had to start spacing myself out. But thank you guys for coming out. Thank you for watching. My name has been Baller Scuba. This has been another stream. I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.